Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in the Poconos, this is CBS 2 News this morning. The news and coverage you can count on in 150 minutes.
Good evening everyone, I'm Ava Wade. Ava Wynn is off tonight. We have some sad news to report this morning. Our great friend and news reporter John Slattery has passed away. 7 years ago John died in his home in Westchester County in New York. He was battling heart problems. John was a 63-year-old veteran of the WCBS News team for nearly 3 decades. If anything went wrong, John Slattery reported on it. We now turn to WCBS 2's 2014 report on John Slattery from Dana Tyler to look back on his death.
Was a courtroom shocker.
For more than 30 years on New York television, you could count on John Slattery to set the scene for you, to report the news.
I'm trying to run to grab people, talk to them, and then come back with the information. It's a little bit helter-skelter, but we have a terrible emergency.
Covering the 5 boroughs and the tri-state area for WCBS TV since 1984, from the start, he reported on New York's biggest stories. Subway vigilante Bernie Goetz.
Would you do it again?
In that exact same situation?
He didn't let go of stories that touched him deeply. Year after year, John reported on the missing boy, Eitan Pates.
It was a morning in May of 1979. Eitan left his family's loft apartment.
He was on the scene of countless tragedies. On 9/11, he was one of the first reporters on the air.
What we've had here are thousands of people. Let's keep going around. Let's keep going around. We've had thousands of people who have been evacuated from various buildings around here.
John was steady, plain-spoken, unflappable.
We're live here on Channel 2.
He simply told stories as he saw them.
New York City, the gateway for tens of millions of immigrants yearning to be free, opens its arms to the premier symbol of freedom in the 90s, Nelson Mandela.
He wrote about world and religious leaders.
It's ironic that today's killings come at the same time as Cardinal O'Connor's pilgrimage for peace.
And covered politicians and perpetrators.
Cops not only arrested the 7 Johns, they seized the 5 cars.
And more than anyone, regular people of all walks of life. Just yesterday, talking to a Bronx man who tried to protect a friend.
Would you do it again?
Probably, yes, I probably will.
John was an observer who wasn't afraid to tell it like it is.
Ba-boom.
Even with celebrities, when Mychael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley came to town, John staked out Fifth Avenue.
Where is Elvis's little girl?
That's what we all want to know.
Oh, come on, tell me it is.
Okay, thank you very much.
Was
all
it
right,
Michael?
Bye-bye.
It was, wasn't it?
It was Michael.
Huh? Tell me it was.
It was Michael.
Say, it was Michael.
It was
What did he say?
I was working day watch out of the city room.
This 4-time Emmy Award winner could take us by surprise with his storytelling, like this one, a report in 1988 of a kangaroo sighting.
Did it look like this? Like this? Like this?
John had that ability to poke fun at himself, and he loved to sing. He was a past president of the Inner Circle, an organization of New York political reporters spoofing the headlines. This winter, he was Russian President Vladimir Putin.
All that I crave is vodka spritz.
Most of all, John was devoted to his faith and his family. He and his wife Susie raised their 3 children in Westchester. John shared every highlight with us.
The mommy on the bus goes. Shh, shh, shh.
Our condolences to Susie, Kathleen, Patrick, and Megan. We are grateful to the Slatterys for sharing John with us all these years.
In New Dorp, Staten Island, in Brooklyn, in Kew Gardens, Queens, in the Bronx, in Manhattan, John Slattery, CBS 2 News.
Peter Dunn, the president of the CBS television station, said today John had been with us since October 1984, so he was just days away from celebrating his 30th anniversary at WCBS. We were truly blessed to have him as a member of our CBS 2 News team, and we will miss him dearly.
Thanks, Dana, for that lovely report you made 7 years ago. A wake held today for a police officer who passed away in the line of duty. 10-year veteran Detective John Kramer was shot by an armed suspect at Eagle Village at Tumimut Resorts off Bushkill Falls Road, 2 miles from US 209. John entered the police force as an 18-year-old. He went through his 60-month training in the academy, and just 5 years ago when he was 23, his 23-year-old girlfriend, who was the same age as him, who also joined the police force 10 years ago, defended her boyfriend and longtime law partner when a suspect armed with a machete evaded police and attempted to stab John in the heart. John was backed up during this shooting. It happened during a normal routine traffic stop at Eagle Village for no license plates. John and Amanda had approached the car, when all of a sudden the suspect opened full auto on John. Amanda fired back when the suspect drove away in his black 1973 Dodge Charger. Amanda called in the 1013 for an officer down. John was rushed to Monroe County Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. No arrests were yet made by the Middle Smithfield Township Police Department. New this morning on an investigation of what went wrong in Rockland County on November 23 and November 30 that left RCC student Shane Corrigan held for questioning and prosecution. Our tape recording of the December 2 fiasco begins now.
What is this all about? Well, Mr. Corrigan, we had some reports from two females say that you were talking in class and following them. To be honest, I don't recall any of this. That's all we know as of right now. I just need you to fill out this witness report for me, please. Okay.
That's all you have to say?
Yes. Okay, that'll be sent to the dean, and we'll reach out to you if he needs to chat with you. Okay. Okay, you can go back to class. Okay, great meeting you. You too.
Wow, so that was on December 2nd, now we listen over a week later, 2 Thursdays before the semester was over.
I don't understand why I got a letter saying I violated the code of conduct. I never did any of this.
From our consent, Mr. Corrigan, 2 females named Alexa and Joey, saying that you followed them going to their car, and on College Road, they said that you bumped in front of people to get behind them, and even on College Road you cut people off to get behind them. They didn't know what to do, so they figured they contact public safety.
I don't remember that, but I was also going on Airmont Road. They were going to 59, I was going to 87. Airmont Road is a major roadway and is popular.
Okay, well, what I'm gonna tell you right now is not have any contact with them at all. I'll tell them the same thing. If they contact you, come tell me.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Corrigan, thank you so much for your time and understanding. I hope that these two don't do this ever again. No one should throw anyone that is going home in the most popular direction under a bus. That's just wrong. I'll be having Rockland Community College Public Safety keep an eye on them and make sure they don't do it again. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much, John. I appreciate it. If they do this nonsense again, I'll come and tell you and have public safety on standby.
Sounds like a plan. We appreciate all you do in your automotive classes, and I hope tonight's break class goes well. Good luck.
God bless you, sir.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Have a nice day.
You too.
So that was 2 weeks before the Rockland Community College automotive final exams. We're following breaking news out of Penn Forest, Pennsylvania off of State Route 903. A suspect shoved a recycling employee in the recycling compactor, killing the victim. The victim was identified as 45-year-old John Johnson. He was doing recycling at the Penn Forest Trail House Rental Complex on Waymonsing Road in Penn Forest. Lake Harmony police have identified the suspect as 20-year-old Daniel McGrath. He has a history of run-ins with police and other authorities of any kind. He is now being sentenced to death by next week. Well, that'll do it for the news this morning. We'll see you later at 11. Be sure to watch WLPA TV 1057 News.